Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha and these are the headlines of the hour. Villages of hilly regions of Nepal being desolated due to migration, social life affected as neighbors and relatives leave in search of better opportunities. Universities randomly handing affiliations to colleges for financial gains. Education experts suggest not to give affiliation to colleges that have low number of students and are not in operation. Israeli strikes kill at least 19 people in Gaza ahead of a visit to the region by U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken to try to push forward ceasefire talks. And Nepal start off their SAF Under-20 Championship campaign with a 1-0 win over Sri Lanka in the tournament's inaugural match. Nirajan Dhami's goal proves decisive. Migration is normal to human civilization. However, villages of hilly regions of Nepal have gone desolated in recent years. One such village is Telia of Eastern Hilly District of Dhankuta. More in this report.
Manumaya Shiva Bhakti of Chhathar Jorpati Rural Municipality of Dhankuta has reached 81 years of age. She says Telia, the village that she was married to when she was just 13 years, has gradually been desolated. It's almost as though her house is the only one around as people have migrated elsewhere. Most houses are locked, others are damaged, with some remaining only in rubble. Those remaining say it's often hard without a company, especially during difficult times.
मान्छे मरो भने अझ बर्खा यो बाँदरको सिजनमा मरो भने मान्छेले आफ्नो खेतबारी रुँग्नु कि मलामी जानु त्यो पनि एउटा समस्या भयो अनि अर्को चाहिँ यसो बिरामी सारो गाह्रो भयो भने बाटो हुँदैन बोकेर लाने मान्छे पनि हुँदैन.
The thin presence of people has also reduced the number of celebrations and even affected funeral rituals, but there are more problems that those remaining have to live with.
बसाइसराईको कारणले गर्दाखेरि वन्यजन्तुको आक्रमण पनि बढी हुने अवस्था त्यसैले जस्तो नै लाग्छ. गरेर पहिले त्यत्रो भयावह स्थिति थिएन.
The local level has taken a few initiatives to discourage migration from Telia. However, they have so far not produced effective results.
गाउँपालिकाबाट एउटा निर्णय गरेछौं. हाम्रो नारा छ बसाइसरी जानेलाई बाई बाई र बसाइसरी आउनेलाई एक दुहुनो गाई भनेर हामीले एउटा कार्यक्रम ल्याएको छ.
Dhankuta's Telia represents the desolated face that many other villages and towns of the mountainous and hilly regions of Nepal have been wearing in recent years. Lack of quality education, health facilities, employment opportunities, social life and equality have been attributed as the reasons behind the migration of people who prefer shifting to Tarai region and further.
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, what's your take on not preparing the work procedure regarding budget implementation even after a lapse of 1 month of the fiscal year? 39% voted for A, feeble employee mechanism, 33% voted for B, lack of willpower, and 28% for C, confusion in procedure. And here's today's question. What is the reason for the rapid increase in migration from villages? Your options are A, searching for opportunities, B, differences in development, and C, migration is a natural process. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. When higher education providing educational institutions are facing the problem of student shortage, universities have been interested in providing affiliations. Without necessity and justification, Sudur Paschim University, Pokhara University, and Council for Technical Education and Vocational Training, CTEVT, are handing out affiliations to private colleges for financial gains. The regulatory body, the University Grants Commission, and education experts have said that new affiliations should not be given to colleges in the current situation. Founded in August 2010, Sudur Paschim University has 16 constituent campuses in operation. Although the university decided to make 11 community campuses its constituent campuses last year, the decision could not be implemented due to lack of budget and designations. The university, which is facing financial crisis on the one hand and lack of students on the other, handed affiliations to 32 private colleges in 16 districts this week. Suspicion has arisen as the university has given affiliations to subjects like BBA, MBA, and CSIT to new educational institutions that are not even in operation. The CTEVT has recently given affiliations to 47 educational institutions for conducting programs including nursing. Likewise, Rajarsi Janak University, which has reached a dilapidated state due to problems, has also moved forward the process of new affiliations of 8 bachelor-level subjects for which more than 200 educational institutions have turned in applications for conducting various programs. Pokhara University is also preparing to move forward the process of new affiliations. Not only this, the Ministry of Education has also moved ahead the process of affiliating with foreign educational institutions. At a time when the number of students pursuing higher education is decreasing, regulatory bodies and professors have raised concern on universities handing affiliations to new educational institutions. In our Public Voice segment, today we have asked people in several provinces what should universities do to sustain number of students and raise the quality of education. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
रोजगारी साथसाथै शिक्षा पनि हासिल गर्न सकिन्छ, दोहोरो चाहिँ फाइदा हुन्छ भनेर चाहिँ हाम्रा विद्यार्थी भाइहरू जान्छन्, बहिनीहरू जान्छन्, तिनीहरूलाई निरुत्साहित पार्दै यहाँको शिक्षा चाहिँ गुणस्तरीय हुन आवश्यक छ।
विदेश नगएर नेपालमै काम गर्ने खालका कार्यक्रमहरू चाहिँ अब सरकारले ल्याउनु पर्यो।
सिलेबस यस्तो तरिकाले डिजाइन गर्नु पर्यो कि ठ्याक्कै इन्डस्ट्रीले खोजेकै जस्तो
दीर्घकालीन रूपमा क्यारिकुलम चाहिँ निर्माण गर्ने अनि त्यसको चाहिँ के अरे मूल्याङ्कन गर्ने अध्यावधि गरिराख्ने
यहाँ बस्ने किसिमको वातावरण राज्यले तयार नगरिदिएका कारणले गर्दाखेरि धेरै मान्छेहरू नेपालमा बस्न खोजिरहेका छन्।
रोजगारीसँग सम्बन्धित विषयहरूलाई केही सम्बन्धन दिँदाखेरि विदेश पलायन जुन हुने जुन एउटा समस्या हो विद्यार्थीहरूको त्यो चाहिँ रुक्थ्यो।
जुन प्लेटफर्म स्टुडेन्टलाई चाहिएको छ त्यो प्लेटफर्म उनीहरूले पाइरहेको छैनन्, त्यसको कारणले पनि अब पढेर मात्र भएन, हामीलाई रोजगारको पनि आवश्यकता पर्यो।
गुणस्तरीय शिक्षा दिन सक्ने योग्य टिचर हुनु पर्यो, भौतिक पूर्वाधार राम्रो हुनु पर्यो, आवश्यक त्यस्ता खालको जनशक्तिको चाहिँ हुनु पर्यो, उनीहरूलाई पनि सेवा सुविधा त्यही ढङ्गको उपलब्ध गराउनु पर्छ।
राजनीतिक नियुक्ति जो भइरहेछन् धमाधम आफ्ना आफ्ना पार्टीका मान्छेहरू राख्ने त्यो नियुक्ति चाहिँ बन्द गरिनुपर्छ।
परीक्षा प्रणालीलाई सुधार गर्नुपर्छ, दक्ष मान्छेहरूद्वारा पाठन पठन गराउनु पर्यो।
शिक्षामा राजनीति गर्नु भएन, प्राविधिक शिक्षा दिनुपर्छ।
Minister for Foreign Affairs Arzu Rana reached New Delhi today for a 5-day official visit of India. Minister Rana is visiting India upon the invitation of her Indian counterpart S. Jaishankar. She is scheduled for a meeting with Jaishankar where the two sides will dwell on strengthening the Nepal-India relations and other issues concerning the two countries. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Rana's visit is part of a series of high-level meetings between Nepal and India and would be productive. Minister Rana will discuss about bilateral understanding and development partnership, and the overall issues at the table will be shared with the media upon the minister's return this Thursday. The bill to amend the Enforced Disappearances Inquiry, Truth and Reconciliation Commission Act has been tabled at the National Assembly. Minister for Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Ajay Kumar Chaurasia presented the bill at the Upper House today. As discussions took place, the National Assembly members emphasized on the need for the bill to be victim-friendly. They said, when the law is implemented after endorsement, victims should no longer feel injustice and that the law should be in line with the international human rights laws, Supreme Court orders, and the Comprehensive Peace Accord. We'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. The Special Parliamentary Committee formed to probe into the cooperatives fraud case has continued to take statements from those alleged of involvement in irregularities. Today, the committee took statement from Rashtriya Swatantra Party's Joint General Secretary Bipin Acharya, as he had served as the creative director of Gorkha Media. The cooperative, ran under the leadership of G.B. Rai, has also dragged Rashtriya Swatantra Party's chair Ravi Lamichhane. The committee yesterday took statement from Dipesh Poon linked with the Supreme Cooperative's irregularity. So far, the committee has taken statements from operators and others alleged in custody and has said they are almost done with taking statements. The committee has been given 3 months' time to identify the problem and submit a report with recommendation. It's time now for the international updates. Israeli strikes killed 19 people in Gaza today, including 6 children, Palestinian health authorities said, ahead of a visit to the region by U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken to try to push forward ceasefire talks. U.S. Secretary of State Blinken is set to arrive in Israel today as part of Washington's intensifying diplomatic push to achieve a ceasefire in Gaza that will end the 10-month-old war between Israel and Hamas. The top U.S. diplomat's 10th trip to the region since the war began in October last year comes days after the United States put forward bridging proposals that it and mediators Qatar and Egypt believe would close gaps between the warring parties. U.S. officials cite fresh optimism to bring the deal over the finish line, but also caution that there is still work to be done in Israel. Blinken is expected to meet with Israeli Prime Minister and other senior officials. The negotiations are taking place in the shadow of a feared regional escalation. Iran has threatened to retaliate against Israel after the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran on 31st of July. Foreign ministers of the United Kingdom, France, Germany and Italy in a joint statement threw their support behind the ongoing ceasefire talks, urging all sides to avoid any escalatory action. Talks on how to implement the deal are expected to continue early next week before senior officials can reconvene in Cairo with the aim to conclude the deal later in the week in Cairo. Israel's negotiating team yesterday expressed cautious optimism on the possibility of advancing a deal, according to a statement yesterday from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office. Hamas spokesperson Jihad Taha said that Israel had added conditions in the ceasefire talks and accused Netanyahu of using them to hinder efforts. Opposition supporters have gathered across Venezuela to protest against Nicolas Maduro's disputed victory in last month's presidential election. Opposition leader Maria Corina Machado joined thousands of protesters in the capital Caracas and urged them not to be afraid. Machado, who had been in the hiding after being accused of insurrection, said there was nothing above the voice of the people and that the people had spoken. Police and the army were deployed in force as supporters of Maduro also held a demonstration. Machado, who was banned from running in the election, had called for nationwide protests to intensify pressure on Maduro to concede. Maduro has insisted he won a third six-year term, but the opposition released tallies it said showed its candidate Edmundo Gonzalez winning by a wide margin. Speaking from an unidentified location, Gonzalez said it was time for an orderly transition. At his rival rally, Maduro mocked Gonzalez, saying he was living in a cave. The Electoral Commission, controlled by allies of Maduro, has refused to release detailed results, but declared he won with 52% of the vote. Independent observers said it lacked transparency. According to the Venezuelan government, more than 2,400 people have been detained since 29th of July, the day the disputed election result was announced. Similar demonstrations have been held in cities around the world, from Australia to Spain, and also in the United Kingdom, Canada, Colombia, Mexico, and Argentina. The European Union, the United States, and a number of Latin American nations have refused to recognize the result. China and Vietnam have maintained deep political, economic, and cultural ties for decades. Over the years, both countries have witnessed frequent high-level exchanges and breakthroughs in practical cooperation, bolstering relations along the way.
January 18, 1950 marked a significant milestone in the China-Vietnam relations. Shortly after its own founding, the People's Republic of China became the first country to establish diplomatic ties with Vietnam. In 1999, both the countries' leaders set long-term stability, forward-looking, good neighborly friendship, and comprehensive cooperation as the guiding principles of the bilateral relationship. A joint statement was issued the following year, listing specific plans to develop a sustainable relationship in the new era. Another landmark event in their relationship came in May 2008, when China became the first country to forge a comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership with Vietnam, the latter's highest level of diplomatic ties. Then General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam Central Committee, Nguyen Phu Trong, visited China in 2015. Both countries vowed to strengthen party cooperation and signed a series of cooperation documents in finance, infrastructure, and culture. Also, during President Xi Jinping's visit to Vietnam in November 2017, a memorandum of understanding was signed on the joint implementation of the China-proposed Belt and Road Initiative and Vietnam's 2 corridors and 1 economic circle plan. Bilateral relations came to another climax in the year 2023. Both countries agreed to build a China-Vietnam community with a shared future that carries strategic significance. The announcement was made during the visit to Vietnam by Xi in December 2023.
Sports news.
Host Nepal started off their SAF Under-20 Championship campaign with a 1-0 win over Sri Lanka in the tournament's inaugural match. In the Group A match played at the Anfa complex in Satobato, Lalitpur this afternoon, Nepal's skipper Kushal Deuba's shot hit the crossbar in the 21st minute. But Nirajan Dhami scored for Nepal in the 24th minute to open the scoring for the hosts. Samir Tamang's throw-in, which entered Sri Lanka's D-box, couldn't be cleared by Lankan defenders, and Nirajan scored off the deflected ball. Sri Lanka's Mohammad Thilhum had a chance to score in the injury time of the first half, but his shot was well saved by Nepal custodian Jiarat Sheikh. In the second half, Samir Tamang wasted an opportunity to double Nepal's lead in the 63rd minute. Nepal failed to take advantage of another opportunity in the 80th minute. Anil Bamjan's strike was stopped by the foot of Sri Lankan goalkeeper Ahmad Fulel. Nepal held on to the lead to seal the 1-0 victory over Sri Lanka and secured 3 important points. Nirajan's first half goal proved decisive. The win puts Nepal in a strong position to secure a spot in the semis. Following the win, Nepal lead Group A with 3 points. Tomorrow's Group B match features a clash between India and Bhutan. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.